Hello everybody, it's Jack here ahead of the TNC Podcast. I just wanted to check in with you like I always do ahead of these episodes. Thank you for clicking on it first of all. We've got a bit of a different episode today with Bailey May. Just an absolute world star, the most followed Norwich City fan on the planet with nearly 5 million followers and part of one of the biggest music groups on planet Earth called Now United. They're taking the world by storm. Bailey was back in Norwich at home for a few weeks, so we thought we'd catch up with him to talk about his journey and his love for Norwich City. It's a really good episode. It's a little bit different to usual. Hopefully you enjoy it and hopefully you get to love Bailey. Also a massive thank you to The Athletic, talking about another Bailey. Michael Bailey is the Norwich City correspondent on there and has also got a wonderful podcast called On The Ball, in which he discusses all of the latest topics about Norwich City with great guests, including the likes of Stuart Hodge and Ben Mounts. It's a really great listen. I will link that in the description below. The Athletic are also kindly offering 50% off to any new subscribers who use a Talk Norwich City link. That link will also be in the description. The Athletic offers the most comprehensive and best writing about all of your favourite football clubs across world football and also loads of other sports. If you're a fan of American sport, there's an absolute ton of stuff on there about that. It's really great value. It works out dead cheap with your 50% sign up offer code. So head over there, support Michael, support The Athletic. Hopefully you'll enjoy that. Thank you to them for sponsoring this episode of the TNC Podcast. I'll let you get on to listen to it now. I hope you enjoy, and yeah, I'll see you on the other side. Bye bye.
Hello and welcome back to the TNC Podcast. I'm absolutely delighted today to be able to welcome Bailey May to the show.
Hello.
My friend, how are you?
Nice to meet
It's
you.
good
I'm
to
good,
have you
man.
here.
It's good to be here.
We were trying to work off camera, and we'll get on to like your story and how we're in this position now. But we think you're the most followed Norwich City fan on the planet. We think,
That's mad.
in terms of Instagram.
Oh no!
That's
If you
mad.
add all the platforms together, especially.
Because we were thinking Hugh Jackman, he claims to be a Norwich fan, but we don't really think he is.
I've seen a video of him slacking Norwich off, to be honest.
Have you actually?
I've seen him. Yeah, he's like something about Norwich not winning games.
I think he's putting down.
Anyway, we might seem a little bit deflated because we're literally filming this straight after our draw. I nearly said loss then to Crystal Palace. It felt like a loss.
It did.
So we'll get the kind of happiness up front, and then we'll talk about the grim football later on. We'll talk about Bailey to start. This is going to be really interesting because our viewership's very much male-orientated and Norwich City fans. Yeah. You've got so many followers, yet I reckon there's a fair chunk of people who don't know who you are. Yeah. So let's go from the start. Norfolk boy, Norwich lad. Mm-hmm. What are you up to now? What's going on?
Well, right now?
In terms of like the journey from the beginning.
Oh, from the beginning, all right. It's pretty crazy, to be honest, because it went from 0 to 100 real quick.
Yeah.
So, I went to school, St Thomas More. Well, it used to be called St Thomas More. It's now St Francis of Assisi. That's like near Coleman Road. Yeah. Like near the city. Went to Notre Dame High School.
Okay.
Nice.
Played football. Was really good actually. Did some stuff for Norwich trials in Colney.
Yeah.
And then I dropped out of Notre Dame year 8.
Okay.
Moved to the Philippines. Joined Big Brother. After Big Brother...
So hang on, how old are you at this point? So
I was 12. I'm the youngest housemate in history of all Big Brothers.
So you were in Big Brother
Hang on, I didn't even know this, man.
You
didn't even tell me this.
I did. Oh, there you go then.
So is Big Brother different in the Philippines to here?
Yeah, they have like a teenage edition. So it's just for teenagers.
So hang on, how does...
But I wasn't a teenager.
This got so much cooler, by the way.
Yeah.
I love this.
How does that come about? Because you don't go from being a 12-year-old at Notre Dame.
How did you... this? I created a cover video.
Okay.
Which went viral.
Yeah.
And got the attention in the Philippines of all the girls there.
Okay.
And then
Big Brother... Was it the Sean Kingston one?
Yeah.
I love that.
And then
Jack, give us a rendition.
No, not just yet. Not yet. Maybe later.
But Big Brother picked up on it and they were like, let's audition this boy because he's getting a lot of attention in the Philippines.
Okay.
And I auditioned, flew me there in like 2 days, got in and I was in the Philippines for like a few years.
Let's break this down. So your mum's from the Philippines.
Yeah, she is.
Your dad is from Norwich.
Yeah.
They meet. You were born in the Philippines.
Born in the Philippines.
Moved to Norwich.
Moved to Norwich when I was 4.
Okay, school. So football was that the early dream then? Did you want to be? Did you want to be the Todd Cantwell of this Norwich side?
Without football, I wouldn't be who I am now.
Really?
Because it taught me how to speak English. I moved to this country not being able to speak English.
Okay.
So football allowed me to connect to the other boys
That's incredible. Yeah.
who spoke English, and I learned English from them, and it just became my best friend. Like I played in the streets for years. And
what was your favourite street football game? Just like
heads and volleys, mate.
Heads and volleys.
We use the trees as goals.
You're not a Kirby kind of guy.
Yeah,
mate?
curbs. Yeah,
curbs.
against the curb.
classic.
Yeah, practice touches and stuff.
Good.
So so Big Brother comes calling.
Yeah.
Hang on, I can't believe we're having this conversation.
So you give up school at this point.
Dropped out year 8.
Moved back to Did your family come with you?
My mum left with me for the auditions.
Okay.
But when we found out I'm in, like I was into Big Brother, we all just moved out of Norwich and moved to Philippines for a few years.
That's a massive sacrifice because we film in quite a small room. It's our studio, but it's a small room up here. And bless your family, they all came and like they seem like the most supportive group.
Very supportive, very.
So Big Brother comes, Big Brother goes. Then what's next?
Join a soap opera in the Philippines.
I didn't know about this either. You're just spring. How old are you?
This was like 13, 14 years old.
Okay.
And then I'm working in the Philippines at this point for 3 or 4 years.
Okay.
And then I'll be honest with you guys, it started to quiet down and I was losing momentum because I wasn't on TV as much. And then Hollywood contact my agency in the Philippines and they're like, yo, can you send us some artists to audition for this new group?
Okay.
And I'm pretty sure like 100 artists who I worked with auditioned for this group. Even my friends auditioned too.
Okay.
So I was competing with my friends in the Philippines.
Yeah.
And they cut it down to the final 9. And then they cut it down to final 4. Flew 4 of us to LA for the final audition.
Yeah.
Simon Fuller would then think about who he's going to choose from each country.
Yeah.
And I got the part for the Philippines.
Wow.
And this is in your current group band? This
is the current situation I'm in, pop group.
Called Now United.
Yeah.
Now, Chris, I was saying to Bailey off camera, I feel quite old because I hadn't seen like this kind of... So Now United have, was it 17 of you in? Is that right?
There is 14 of us, but we're planning on getting different members too.
So 14 people, does that seem normal to you, 14 people all going at it at the same
Anything
time?
goes, mate. It's 2020.
It's mad.
Let's dance.
So, the thing I'm confused about here is the fact that you wanted to be a footballer.
Yeah.
And now you're like so good at what you're doing, but it doesn't seem like there was enough time to kind of...
I know.
You get them skills to get... Because this takes lifetimes for some people get to where you are.
True.
I think the years I had in the Philippines gave me the tools I needed for the group. So in a way it all clicked perfectly, coincidentally.
What's it like being like sat when you come back home? Do your friends still all treat you the same?
Yeah. Still hang out with the same mates, mate.
Do you feel the same? Like
I feel the same. I'm not different. I don't feel different whatsoever. It's just the situation that's different, you know.
There's a lot to take in though.
It is. I mean, it is getting different now because I do walk in the city now. I go in Chapelfield and people do look at me.
Really?
Like it's starting to change.
Yeah.
Now, like this is now. But before it was like nothing. But
wow. Well, you're on the TNC podcast, mate, so you've made it.
It's going to change now, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, in terms of Now United, talk to the viewers about what you actually do and what it's about, and because you are a global phenomenon now, like it's got to that stage, hasn't it?
Yeah, but we're so basically we're a pop group, all from different countries, representing different countries. We all love to sing, we all love to dance, and we release pretty good music.
Some big vibes.
Yeah, we were
good vibes.
earlier, like, and
Very
some of
good
the
vibes.
dance moves as well. I was like, jeez.
I personally think there's a deal to be done with Bailey performing on the centre circle. Your old man did, by the way, didn't he?
He did.
Cracking performance. Bailey's dad.
Wolves game.
Yeah. He did the Wolves game, didn't he, with Solchurch? Smashed it. I think we need you though in the centre circle with now United around. That's what we need to arrange.
And maybe that might actually get us to win because your dad's performance was brilliant, but we still lost that game, didn't we?
Maybe they just need to take that step up. Get Bailey in,
tell Norwich
and
City
then it's fine. We'll have a word.
So you're still living in Norwich. Where? Tell us where you're from.
Living in Portland.
And you said it was the greatest place on earth. Are you standing by that? I mean, you've been to some incredible places.
Yeah, I've travelled all around the planet.
We spoke about Dubai earlier.
Yeah, Dubai. Yeah.
Portland. I used to play for Portland Wanderers, by the way.
No, you did not.
Mate, I'm a Portland Wanderers, mate. 100%. Are you laughing because they're terrible? I was a left mid / sub.
Sub. Yeah, Portland's definitely better than Dubai.
Wow.
What is it about being back home then? What do you love about Norfolk?
That's the YouTube title sorted.
Yeah, I think you can't really beat home. Like Norwich, every time I come to Norwich, there's a feeling I get that's different. I feel home here.
That's amazing.
It's just it feels like reality when I'm here.
Yeah.
But when I go to other countries, just like work and you don't feel comfortable.
Can we talk about this Norwich trial?
Yeah.
Let's talk about that. So, what age were you when Norwich came calling?
This was my prime.
Wow.
Well, of course, your prime now.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I had to quit football because of the situations.
Right.
But I was like 10, 11, 12.
Oh wow. Okay.
I'm not to brag or anything, but I was the top scorer in the whole of Norfolk from my age to age 16.
Who did you play for?
Played for Hyde Park Rangers.
Hyde
Park Rangers.
I've never really heard of that.
Decent outfit. Really.
Yeah, like Stoke City looking outfit.
Oh really?
Yeah, solid as well. Like really strong at the back.
Yeah.
I guess it was slightly different for you though, Bailey, because a lot of people who are really talented at football at a young age and go into Norwich, I think often youngsters who are rejected from them trials, it crushes them, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But I guess you had something else that was going on, and I'm not saying you'd back up on it because it was still early days, but you had something else going on which must have helped a little bit.
I mean, yeah, I knew I didn't get in the trials.
Okay.
But it didn't stop me from pursuing football because I think if you think football is a passion, nothing will stop you from not playing it. You know what I mean?
No, I love that.
So even though I didn't get in, I still kept playing. And I just wanted to get better.
And there's always another avenue to get in, isn't there?
Exactly. And
even the likes of Jamal and Max have taken breaks, gone to athletics, come back, the dream's alive.
You've been, well, obviously, how many games are you able to get to at the moment? I mean, you were there today, the Crystal Palace game for those watching.
Shocking,
wasn't
mate.
great. We'll get onto that in a bit.
Right.
Did you get to watch much of the wonderful season last campaign?
Well, I've been home for around a month now, so I've managed to go to a few games. Like I went to the Spurs game.
That was half decent.
We should have won.
That was all right. We should have won.
Yeah.
We should have won most of the games I watched, to be honest. But VAR's just not on our side.
Don't say that in this room, please. Get out.
Did you still get to watch as much last season, or were you home much then, or?
I haven't really been home for a long time.
Okay.
Like this is the longest I've been home probably this whole last year.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay. So have you got like a permanent base abroad, or?
LA.
Yeah.
Like when we go to LA, we have a permanent place to stay.
And you're living with all of the other
group mates, yeah.
What's that like? That seems like the coolest, is it like the X Factor kind of building, but just on...
It's just like a classroom.
Is it?
Yeah, we're all teenagers.
Nice.
We're all teenagers. It's like being in a classroom.
You're just having a laugh, aren't you?
Yeah.
Top of the league and having a laugh.
But it's different if you're from Norfolk and you're in the group, because they don't get the banter.
Oh, really?
I say jokes and they don't laugh, but if you say it to a Norfolk person, they'll be
get
laughing.
it, yeah.
They get it.
Drop a few Norfolkisms?
I tell a lot of jokes, but they just don't laugh.
Oh, man. Should we get onto the football?
Yes, let's.
Chris, what's going on at the moment?
We are the Premier League's nearly men. We're falling short on quite a few fronts. Not too badly, but the facts are we're falling short. Looked at the... I can't remember, I think it may or may not be TalkSport, did a league table without VAR. and we'd still be second from bottom.
Okay.
So we can't now, as supporters, be blaming VAR, and I think that, and I'm sure they will, the players will be taking full responsibility and accountability for the situation that we find ourselves in. Daniel Farke's come out saying that it's going to be a miracle if we survive. We know. Quite an interesting tact that in terms of PR. It sets people's expectations at ground zero. But what does that do for morale around the camp? I'm not sure. Just ask them questions. Let us know in the comments below what you think about that. But yeah, no, for me, I'm just so gutted. I'm disappointed because you look at that squad that we've got, and Holty would kill me for saying it, and I might not say it to Grant Holt's face. I genuinely believe that the squad that we've got now, talent-wise, is better than what we had in the Grant Holt days. But in the Grant Holt days, there was such a better team, a cohesive team, and they did the dirty work. And I feel like there's been a few occasions. There's been quite a few key moments this season. I look at West Ham away. That we needed to learn from that, and we didn't. We got bullied at Burnley, bullied at Palace, bullied. There's been so many times that we've been bullied. So yeah, it's a shame. And obviously VAR is a frustration now. But I think now is actually quite an opportunity to let's enjoy it. Let's experiment. Let's go all out attack. Let's see what we can do against some of the best teams in the world. I still am adamant that we will have a better second half to our season. I know that today feels like a loss, but we didn't lose. And it's in the Premier League. And Crystal Palace, although they were pretty poor, they're not necessarily a shabby outfit. They've got some quality players in there still. So that's where I'm at.
I think, Bailey, the month that you've been home, you've probably witnessed the most frustrating games, because I think all of the games you would have been to, we've led at half time in all of them, and then haven't gone on to win any of them. What's been your kind of biggest takeaway from what you've seen certainly over the past month, which has been a fairly season-defining period of time?
It's pretty simple for me. Lack of consistency, for the team. I see that the first half is always stronger than the second half,
for sure,
for Norwich, and it's frustrating to watch, you know.
But why is that though? Because people are starting to blame Daniel Farke for this. You know, they say that the second half is the manager's half. For me, I'm still a firm believer in the fact that you could argue that Daniel Farke's subs are coming a little bit late now, but for me, the players have still got the ability and talent to get the games over the line, and it's just not happening. So that for me is just a real pain. But you weren't here for the Man City game, man. You missed the highlight of the season.
I saw it on YouTube.
You watched it on YouTube?
I watched it on YouTube.
Fine. Where did you watch it? Where were you in the world?
I think I was in India.
Were you?
How many countries have you been to?
I think last year I went to like 20 plus.
In a year?
Wow.
In a year.
Mate, I'm so jealous of your life. I literally am. From pouring land to Dubai.
Yeah.
Insane.
Let's get back to the football, because it's just, for me, I think Chris mentioned it there, Bailey, like this team, individually, we've got so many good players. Max, Todd has been unreal, Jamal, so many good youngsters. Is it lack of experience? Is it naivety? Because we haven't really played bad in any game
we haven't.
This season, but we're not winning football matches, are we?
I feel like we don't take advantage of situations accordingly.
Okay.
Like sometimes I've seen 1v1 with the keeper and the ball's just gone somewhere where the keeper already knows it's going to go.
Sure.
Not going to mention any names.
Predictable? You're saying we're a bit too predictable going forward?
Too predictable. And I think some of the players just need to get a shooting practice.
Wow.
Really?
Hit a crossbar. How many yards was it away from the goal? Hit a crossbar from that.
And I get that. And I was saying this to my dear girlfriend on the way out. I was frustrated a little bit with Kenny. We've got to remember that Kenny McLean is Kenny McLean, and he's done so well recently. And you just think just that slight bit more quality. Another Premier League club if that fell to, I don't know, Adama Traore for Wolves, that's in the back of the net. You know, any of the other, and that is probably, and on reflection, although we couldn't spend the money, I think we had to try something. Maybe we are now looking at it and being like, you know what, we probably should have taken more risk in the market. Just slightly more risk in the market, within reason, of course, but maybe we have been a little bit too firm with our way.
What did you make of the substitutions today in terms of Pukki came off,
and
then Stiepermann came on, so then we didn't have a striker, and then we conceded, and then we brought a striker on to take a midfielder off. I was saying to Chris, I think when we were under Alex Neil, there was a game, I'm not sure if you remember it, we played Newcastle away. We lost 6-2 that day.
And Mbakani's having a party.
And it was almost like that day Alex Neil went from this really attacking, outgoing manager to defensive to try and just suit to the Premier League. And that felt like the day that his philosophy was ruined. Today, I don't think it's that detrimental, but it felt like Daniel Farke almost admitted defeat and was like, let's pull Pukki off, let's try and defend. That evidently didn't work. And then he just was like, oh God, what do I do now?
He shouldn't have took Pukki off.
Shouldn't have done.
No, definitely not. I feel like, because there was so little time, I feel like Pukki could have got ahead of the game. I feel like he could have done something.
Still been there for that magic moment.
Definitely.
That's the problem. I mean, one of the questions that we posted out before the podcast, Bailey, was, is it time to give Pukki a rest? And I thought it was people have been saying this now for 2 or 3 games, and I thought it was utter nonsense. But now I look at today's game, and I thought Pukki was excellent on and off the ball still. I really do believe that. He is more about the team than an individual. I get that. But now we're going away to Preston in the Cup. Then we've got Manchester United away, and I would honestly, genuinely consider resting him. And I know that sounds a bit crazy, but I think that it's time to try something else. Not too dissimilar to with Emi Buendia, for example. We gave him a 2-game break, didn't we? And he came back firing off all cylinders. Was ridiculous. I think Daniel Farke might need to do that with Pukki.
Who have you been most impressed with? In terms of a player?
Buendia.
He's good, isn't he?
It's that like South American thing, though. You love the South Americans, don't you?
I see him on the ball, and he has it. He knows what he's doing. Hardly loses it. He dribbles around everyone. And the free kick he took today was pretty impressive, even though it didn't go in.
It was a very good save, actually.
Yeah, it was.
It was on target. It was going left corner.
Yeah. I bet you were a bit of an Emi Buendia back in your day, weren't you?
I'd say more of a Pukki.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Fair. A smart finisher. Smart.
Yeah.
Who have you been most impressed in terms of the last month? Because we've played some really nice football. Unfortunately, it hasn't gone our way, but.
That is a tough one because the team has rotated quite a lot this month. In terms of a standout individual performance in the last month, 100% Mario Vrancic, 100%. Okay. I thought he was so impressive, and the way he took the goal, the way that he was dictating play. Considering the lack of game time he's had this season, for him to make that step up to Premier League level and make it look like it was easy, for me that was the man. In terms of this season, without a shadow of a doubt, Todd Cantwell.
Oh,
that guy has just been absolutely. Good. How good is Todd Cantwell?
He's amazing. Man.
Do you like his solo? By the way, you feeling it?
Love it.
Yeah,
love it.
What celebration would you pull? What do you reckon you go for?
I'd go to the away stand and just go shh.
Would you?
Really? Like the Anel Hernandez gate. Oh, that was still a weird celebration against Man U when he kind of like did this weird spanking thing. It was very odd, wasn't it? But I love Todd. Todd's been phenomenal.
Who's got the better hair, Mario or Bailey?
I must say, Bailey's is very good. But
I'm getting a trim tomorrow.
Do you know what Mario?
You're getting a trim?
Yeah.
Mario.
Looks like it's just been done.
Mario's eyebrows. Mario's got the best eyebrows. I mean, I need to ask him where he's getting his eyebrows done. 100%.
The thing with Mario that I don't...
It's all in the eyebrows.
It goes against physics, Mario's hair, because he falls on the ground and his hair, it's not moving. It's
really?
Speaking of Leon Barnett's, Anel Hernandez has shaved all of his hair off. Better aerodynamics. I'm really impressed with that decision.
He wasn't very good.
Although, are you about to slag him off?
No. He didn't have the time to make an impact.
Correct. Well done. Good answer.
Yeah. Let's get a few Twitter questions in. We tweeted out. We've got superstar Norwich City fan on Bailey May. Let's see what people. Unfortunately, a lot of these are VAR related, so we will start with the inevitable question and get it out of the way. Bailey, thoughts on VAR?
Stupid.
Yeah.
I remember when football didn't have VAR and it was more fun.
Yeah.
I feel like it's made football too technical. It's meant to be a ball and feet and kicking it into a goal. Of course, it's offside too, but VAR just makes it even worse.
I suppose the argument would be back to that is we were all moaning when referees would get decisions wrong, when VAR wasn't in, and we've had decisions over the years not go our way, but you felt it evened out. Would you scrap it completely? And
VAR?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you?
I think I would. I think I would.
That's
scrap
fine.
VAR.
It's good. It's good.
Would you
answer.
do the same? Because I feel like you're slightly more conservative about the whole thing, Chris, in terms of you like some bits.
I understand why they brought the tech in, and I get it, but it's just the implementation has been utterly horrific for literally every single team. By the way, Crystal Palace fans today chanting VAR, like as soon as your team chants VAR, you've sold your soul to the corporates at the top that have made this shambolic decision.
Yes.
I'm so angry with it. I'm so pissed off that, honestly, and fair play to Tottenham fans, because they were saying that famous VAR chant. We didn't say fuck on this podcast, we fuck VAR. I'm sick of it. I'm tired of it. Do I think that it will be scrapped? No. I think that possibly supporters are fighting a losing cause with that. I think there's too much money and power being pumped into it now. I would personally take it away for offsides completely. I really would. If not,
in which case, what's it used
honestly,
for?
what are the
penalties?
Red cards.
Yeah.
Red cards, penalties. Really important to goal line technology.
I suppose the argument there is in terms of like a tackle or a red card, it's not definitely a red card. Or, like there's what's the word I'm looking for here? Like there's room for manoeuvre. With an offside, you're offside or you're not, right?
Yeah.
With a tackle, people can see it in different ways. So there's going to be
different judgments.
Yeah. Like surely that doesn't work, does it, Bailey?
I think Bailey's just nailed it with the emotional element, right? It's just sapping the soul out of football. Over and over again, in every aspect. It kills atmospheres.
It does.
It kills atmospheres. And by the way, today, I felt really sad today. For the first time ever, following Norwich all over the land since the day I was born. That's a lie. First game was 6 years old. Anyway, the first time I've ever felt sad today when Norwich have scored.
Right.
Because I'm looking around and that bloke, bless his heart, I don't know his name, sorry. He said, I'm not celebrating. I'm not going to celebrate. Because VAR. Well, I don't know if it'll be chalked off, so what's the point, Bailey?
That's so true.
And how bad is that? How bad is that? And how bad is it? The players are coming out. Todd came out in the press saying, to be honest with you, they didn't really feel like celebrating. What? That's football. And by the way, I highly doubt someone from Sky Sports is watching this. You speak about the Premier League brand, and the selling point is the brand and the passion, and it's all about the fans. It's about time they put their money where their mouth is, and if they really listen to the fans, they need to make short-term changes. Not, oh, well, we can't do anything now mid-season. You absolutely can. Yeah. Pull your finger out, guys.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So true.
Bailey's with me. I'm happy with that.
Well,
I felt the same way.
This man's got the following to get that message through.
I felt the same way today. When Todd scored, I felt reluctant to celebrate because of VAR.
You're like, oh, do I? Don't I?
Yeah, you're like, you look at the screen. You look at the screen, don't you?
Oh, no. How tragic is that?
Where were you sitting? Can you see the screen from where you were sitting?
I was 2 rows behind the goal.
Regency today.
Regency.
Oh, okay.
So right behind the goal, yeah.
So you can actually see. We're like behind the screen, so we just see the back of it. So we don't know what's going on at all, which isn't good. Anyway, next question. VAR's done. We need to get rid of it.
Yes.
Please do get on board with that and get that message out there.
Yeah.
Gareth Griffiths asks if we can only keep one of the following, Bailey. Who do we keep? Emmy, Max Aarons, Ben Godfrey, Jamal Lewis, or Todd Cantwell? You're only allowed to keep one of them. Who?
Max Aarons.
Are you?
Max Aarons.
Oh,
He's a beast.
Yeah?
He's a beast.
Have you met Aaron?
Not yet.
Aaron?
I haven't met Max yet. But
great guy.
He is such a good football player.
Yeah.
So good. He takes on huge players, and he's not the tallest man.
Love that.
But he can take on anyone.
Yeah.
And I've seen him save many shots of the opponents.
Yeah.
He's a great defender.
Yeah.
Right back.
And
I think he's right back.
I like where Bailey's gone with this actually, and it's I think a bit of maybe an angle that we need to start to think about as supporters now, which is we're in the Premier League with such a young squad of players: Max, Jam, Ben, Todd, and Emmy. By the way, Emmy's like these are all young players. Yeah. So how special is it that they're performing at the highest level? Adama Traore came with Wolves, and Todd was nipping his heels and taking the ball off him, and I was just like, that fills me with so much joy, because we've been in the Premier League before and we've paid silly money for named players, and they've not performed. They've been weak, and I love the fact that these young players bleed yellow and green. I absolutely love that.
Norwich Till I Die asks,
great name, by the way, for that account.
Are we staying up?
Oh man, what, in the Premier League?
Don't say it.
I don't know what to say.
Do you think? I mean, I think we're now. Is it 7 points adrift? We are.
7 points adrift.
That's a lot of ground to be making.
How many games do we have left?
Well, I think we're just over half of the season through. Yeah. So
we need to start winning more games.
I think we need 10 wins to stay up.
No way.
I'm being serious. Yeah. Sorry, Bailey.
Are we going to get 10
it's
wins?
Not looking good.
As he said, as Farkas, did Farkas say it's going to be a miracle?
Yeah.
It's going to be a miracle if we do.
By the way, what a story if we somehow managed to. But the other teams around us are picking up points, aren't they?
Yeah, that's the issue.
And at the end of the day, we are going to have to rely on other teams being crap to stay up.
Yeah, definitely.
William Patrick says, I will never stop loving Norwich City, even when we lose. That's more of a statement than a question.
Love that, though. More of that passion.
Norwich Till I Die with another question, Bailey. Is Daniel Farke the right man to lead us to good things?
I saw him today.
Did you?
I think you saw me too. He's a nice man.
Yeah. You've got similar jackets.
Great man.
What do you make of the Farke Parker?
I like it.
Yeah?
I like it, you know.
Suits him, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Farke scares me.
He has no emotion.
I feel
I don't
like,
see emotion.
I feel like, like when we went to the sponsors dinner, we were looking across, like me and Jack were on the table, obviously with the icon himself, Dennis Rabeni, Anel, Zim. Anyway, I look across and Daniel Farke is just stone cold, like, you know. When he speaks, he's got so much heart, so much passion, so much love for the world, for life, for Norwich. But I look at him. I remember before the season started, he was voted the most scary manager, or like the manager that you'd least like to fight, and it's true. I reckon if Farke was on the Beers, he would be. I reckon Farke in a ring, by the way.
Yeah.
He'd be an animal. I think he'd be a good boxer.
No way.
Do you not think? I think he'd be a quality boxer. Anyway, Daniel Farke, of course he's the right man to lead us forward.
Yeah.
Of course.
This is something I wanted to chat. You and Chris in a ring. Who's winning? Because I saw
Bailey.
your Instagram.
I think Bailey.
Chris very much takes his gym and his health seriously.
He's a big guy.
His gym.
Well, you know, the gym and you know, you're in good shape. You're both in good shape. I saw you yesterday on your Instagram. Was it 100 kilogram
bench
press? What are you doing?
That's solid. I think, by the way, Christoph's at, did you say
160?
160.
Zimmerman?
Zimmerman,
He's
160.
doing
Mate. And do you know how many calories he's having a day?
How many?
TNC exclusive, by the way.
5,000?
We weren't meant to share what he said on the table. Yeah, 5,000. 5,000.
No, I think on that was on like an off day. So that was a rest day.
Yeah.
When he's playing, he said he was up to 8.
He's obviously working off more, but still, like...
He's massive.
My maintenance might be 2,600, 2,700, and when I'm trying to gain muscle, it's like maintenance is like stay the same. So obviously, if you wanted to stay like that, then you need to know how much calories you're taking in. You know, it's good. It's good that Bailey, like most people in the world in 2019, 2020, care about their health, Jan.
Yeah.
I'm really interested to hear about your diet and your regime.
I think I'm on about 110 bench pressing at the moment.
You're on the you are on a diet. You're on the seafood and eat it diet.
We'll move on. Okay, what is the next question?
It's too much Woodford's. That's what it is. I mean, Woodford's
beer,
fantastic tasting beer, but that's the trick.
I've never heard of that.
Well, beer?
Look,
It's
I know
good.
you've got your Pepsi,
Yeah.
of course.
You see it.
Yeah, come prepared, obviously. But Woodford's is the best local beer that you will ever get your hands on.
Woodford's.
Give it a try.
I'll remember that.
Yes, they sponsored the Barclays stand.
Oh, they do?
Yeah.
Yasmin asks, is the centre-back position the most important place you'd like to strengthen, or is there anywhere else you think we need more depth?
Definitely defence. I mean, I feel like Max Aarons is holding it together. That's what I see when I watch them play.
We're leaking too many goals. That's the issue, isn't it?
Yeah, we need a solid defence, especially for the second half.
Yeah.
Our attack isn't too bad.
Yeah.
Like, I've seen times where, you know, it's been sloppy, but it's been pretty good. I feel like we need more opportunities there. I feel like the ball needs to get to the other end more often.
I think they've been unlucky though, because in a sense, I think people are starting to lament the recruitment now. Arguably, it's fair to start talking about the recruitment now. But for me, we signed Josip Drmic, internationally known, proven
have you
striker.
heard Josip Drmic's song? So you know, Drmic, our striker, who hasn't played, but he released I'm going to play a bit actually. If this gets copyright, you carry on. I'm going to. Okay, so our striker.
Basically, he dropped the banger.
He wants to be you, basically.
I think he's dropped it.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
No,
no! I've nailed this. Bailey May x Josip Drmic collab, one time only. Norwich. They create a Norwich City anthem to help us survive.
I'm actually down for that.
So of course you'll be down for that.
Do you think I'll get a strike on this, Max? If this gets
Maybe if you hum it.
He's created a song.
I'll play you about 15 seconds.
Can't we just say sorry afterwards? And
is this the dude?
yeah,
this isn't.
Didn't he play for what team did he play for? Dortmund. Was that Dortmund, or is that just someone else I'm thinking of?
No, he might have played for Dortmund.
You're thinking of Mo Liner.
Is he number 10?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm thinking of him.
Might have been. Anyway, so this is No Tomorrow by Josip Drmic. What are we making of this from your
Get
musically?
Get it into the chorus, mate.
Yeah.
Mate, he's dropping big vibes. Bailey, you've got competition.
The chick's alright.
What are we thinking about that? I'll stop that now.
Why?
That has got 140,000 views.
Why have the club not played that over the tannoy before the games? Seriously. No, I'm actually right. On a serious note, Bailey's laughing. I love it. I love that tune. I really do.
This is the chorus.
It pops off. It does pop off.
He's got his AirPods in.
Who's that?
That might be his wife.
Is she from Norwich?
I don't know.
No, she's not.
This is ready for the drop.
You know what?
Good.
You know what?
Beat tries there.
If we go down this season, at least we have the Josip Drmic banger.
Yeah.
No Tomorrow.
Anyway,
Tomorrow.
Also, have you heard the Timu Pukki song? Some random Finnish DJ that is about 55, 60 has dropped a Pukki song, and it's on Spotify. I'll try and find it whilst you talk. I won't play it.
No way.
But he's dropped the Pukki song, but he's featured Chris Gorham's commentary over the top.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's a massive vibe, mate. Massive vibe.
Someone, Carl Chapman, I think he's sending you a bit of beef, Bailey. We've
beef.
This is an Ipswich fan.
Okay.
He said he might have a lot of followers, but he's no Ed Sheeran. Now, of course, Ed Sheeran, Suffolk. Fan of Ed?
Fan of Ed?
Sheeran? Like his stuff?
I like a few of his songs.
He's
just not my. I kind of like a bit more upbeat songs, you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But he's very romantic. He's a romantic singer.
Put it this way.
Girls love it.
Put it this way. I liked Ed Sheeran. I found out he was an Ipswich fan. Deleted every single song.
Oh, he's an Ipswich fan too.
Oh God, yeah.
Wow.
Okay, I don't like him. I don't like him anymore.
He puts on a shirt every blue moon. You know, he rocks up every Christmas and does a little show in Ipswich, and it's all very cute. But who are Ipswich anyway?
They're in League One. They're struggling. We'll move on. Darren Clark. This is the last question we've got on Twitter. Whether we stay up or go down, would you renew Alex Tete's contract? So Alex Tete's contract is up at the end of the season.
Great question.
Oh,
He's been all right the last few games, hasn't he, Alex?
been very. I was impressed today.
Yeah.
I was impressed the Wolves game. Did he play Wolves game?
Yeah.
He hit the post,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
From outside the box.
Yeah.
That was impressive.
Yeah. The Tete toe poke.
Yeah, that was really good. I think we should.
Yeah?
I think he's a good player.
Yeah.
The thing with Tete, Chris, that surprised me the most is he's now played 3 games in 10 days or something.
Right.
We thought he was past it. The man's an athlete in his prime.
Yeah, I'm really impressed. I'm really impressed with Alex. I really am, and I'll hold my hands up and say, you know, I've criticised him this season. I think I criticised him last season. I think it's obvious that he's coming to his end, and that's okay. But it's fine for us to all know and understand that. I don't think they'll renew his contract.
Right.
I don't know whether we should or not. I think if Amadou had perhaps taken his place where he should be playing and actually cemented that down, I don't think this would even be a conversation. For me, I still think Tribal is a better player for his position. But I have to say, Tete has been phenomenal. Solid as a rock, genuinely. Passing's improved as well, because the one thing I'd criticise Alex for in the past is a few loose passes. But I admire his endeavour, because he was previously criticised when we were last up in the Prem under Holt's team as he was called Sideways Tete, wasn't he? He just passed it sideways all the time. But Farke's very much said to Alex, look, mate, we need to be more proactive in our approach, and he's been doing that. So I have been impressed with Tete.
What's up next for you then, Bailey? I think we've got the football out of the way. I think we've sadly maybe resigned ourselves to not good things going forwards, but there we go.
Not.
What's coming up for you? Because you've got what 10 days left back in the
I've
lovely
got like
county of
two
Norfolk.
weeks here in Norwich. Oh, it's gone so fast, man.
Has it? Did you have a good Christmas?
It was amazing.
Yeah.
Just being here is amazing.
I love that.
You see the value of Norwich when you're gone.
Yeah, I love that.
What do you miss most?
Just being here. My family, of course.
Yeah.
Fresh air.
Yeah.
This is the air's here.
Yeah.
The air in
Mate,
Norwich is fresh.
have you been to Ipswich? No, seriously, this is a serious question. Have you been to Ipswich?
I don't think I have.
Well, I tell you what, don't, because the air's not fresh. I think, and I'm going to say it right now, I'm going to make a big prediction. 2026, Bailey May Stadium Tour, Carrow Road, sells out.
Oh, really?
I'm saying it now. It's sold out. Carrow Road. Could you imagine, man?
You could sell Carrow Road, couldn't you?
Imagine.
That'd be a dream come
Did you see Snoop Dogg? Do you see Snoop Dogg in the Norwich shirt? Have you
I've
seen that
seen
picture?
it.
Mate,
Yeah.
we need you in a Norwich shirt. That's it. That's what we need to do.
Not even a challenge, mate.
Exactly.
Have you got any sort of tours coming up? What's the plan?
Yeah.
What's the plan with the whole group going forward?
The whole thing next. I think, from what I know so far, we're going to shoot some music videos next year.
Okay.
Well, this year.
Yeah, 2020
It's
now.
2020 already.
Yeah.
It's crazy. And I think we're just going to try and get out there now.
Yeah.
Like, we're going to try and conquer.
How long have you been going for?
Since 3 years.
And what's the following? Like, tell the people, because we said like the most followed Norwich fan, we think, on Instagram.
Yeah.
What are the group's followings and what are your followings?
I think the group has 2.7. Oh no, 1.7. Okay. I've got 2.7.
How are you bigger than the group? How does that work?
Because I was in Big Brother.
I see. Okay.
Yeah.
Mad.
Who are your followers though? Where are they actually from?
A lot of them are from Brazil.
Big up Brazil.
Brazil.
Love Brazil.
Philippines. Come on.
Yeah.
Big up Philippines.
And just around the world.
Are we going to get more Brazilian and more Filipino followers
Definitely
now?
more Brazilians, yeah.
Good.
You'll see a lot of Brazilians.
Welcome to the Brazilians that are watching.
Oi. That's hello in Portuguese.
Oi.
Oi.
Are you being serious? Oi.
Oi is hello in Portuguese.
Well, I've learned something new today.
Oi.
Love
Oi.
that.
Chris, any final words on this wonderful... What day are we at?
God knows.
Wednesday, I think.
Final words are, VAR aside, what I quite weirdly like about the VAR situation is it's brought the supporters together. Not just Premier League wise, but I think the Norwich fans are I think more together than they have been of late. I think the losses have taken their toll.
Yeah.
Pre-Christmas, people were asking some big questions, chucking out some ridiculous statements, in my humble opinion. But now I think people have realised it's going to be tough. So therefore, we need to be thinking bigger picture, long term. How do we need to be talking and treating the players that we're blessed to have? Todd, Max, Jamal, Ben. We're about to go into a very, very interesting period now where we're going to have some offers for our players. And it'll be really interesting to see the resolve of Stuart Webber, how he'll stop players from going, because if a bigger club comes along for Max and the money's right, it's going to be tough, isn't it, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, it's going to be an interesting period. My final words are really, if you're watching or listening on SoundCloud and Spotify, is stay together and just remember that Norwich fans we are such a fantastic supporter base. Let's not get petty online. Let's not nitpick. Let's not make it personal. We're Norwich fans through and through. We all love the club, and let's make sure 2020, even if we get relegated, because it is still an if, it's still possible to stay up.
Yeah.
We just need to love each other more.
I love that.
Definitely.
I'm going to put you on the spot, Bailey. One word review of Norwich's season so far.
Unlucky.
Okay.
So
that was
true.
very quick.
Nailed as well.
Yeah.
So true though.
Unlucky,
all those
man.
injuries, all of the opposition teams. It's just mental.
Bailey, keep smashing it, mate. Great
Thank
to have
you,
you on the
brother.
TNC
Thank you,
podcast.
man.
Peace. Thanks,
Chris,
Bailey.
good to see you.
As always,
Hopefully,
bro.
we'll be reviewing a win on the next TNC podcast. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to go and follow Bailey, I don't think you need much help from us, but his links will be down in the description below. If you're new, welcome. Please do subscribe. It's free and it means you'll never miss out on any TNC content. Hopefully, we'll be able to convert you to Norwich City fans if you're not already. See you later. Bye-bye.
Are we saying something in Brazilian?
Are we?
Ciao.
Ciao.
That was it. Okay.
That's how you say bye.
Ciao.
Ciao, ciao.